Hi everyone, welcome to the muster drill. I'm Scott and we've got COVID on a whole bunch of ships. Hi everyone, welcome back. So we've got COVID on a whole bunch of ships that are currently sailing. I really wanted to take a couple of minutes today to discuss what that really means for current cruising and future cruising, and how that plays into whether or not you should or shouldn't cruise or book a cruise right now. So I want to talk specifically, to start with, about this website right here. So this is a website that the CDC originally created to track the cruise ship locations and what was going on with cruise ships in the beginning of COVID. So obviously all these ships stopped sailing, so then they went and developed this a little bit further and kind of integrated this into the whole restart plan. So the collaboration between the CDC and the cruise lines, in regard to the no sail order or the conditional sail order. So what this website is here is, it's basically sort of kind of like the same version that the CDC used to run for Noro. I don't know if they'll keep running that for Noro now or not. Noro seems like it's, ridiculous, to even care about it, as far as COVID is concerned, right? So, okay, so I wanted to scroll down here a little bit, and I wanted to start here with Carnival. Carnival is, the first one listed on here of any kind of significance. Above that was Mississippi Queen Steamship and the Bahama Paradise, which is currently sailing one ship, the Classica, and it's in green. So here's Carnival. So this is the current status. So of course yellow is that green is everything's good and that ship's fine and there's nothing going on, and orange is there's a couple of cases, but it hasn't met the threshold of what the CDC considers warrants an investigation. So they're not really super clear on exactly where that threshold is, and I don't know why. I mean, I could venture a guess, but I'm not going to. So, and then of course, yellow is that it's met or exceeded that. Now that's a combination of things. Like, it could be just crew. It could be a combination of crew and passengers. In most cases, it's gonna be crew and passengers who have enough of them have in combination have test positive for the CDC to sort of launch an investigation and see what's going on. And I'm sure that, entails like looking at the whole situation. What did the cruise line do? How many people were there, and so on and so on. So, okay. So here we go with this one. And, as we can see here, the Breeze is yellow and the Dream is orange and, the Freedom is orange and the Horizon is yellow and so on. So here's the Mardi Gras and it's yellow. It's only on its second sailing. It's already yellow. So that's kind of like an idea of where we're going to be at. It's no different, in my opinion, than land, right? In fact, relatively speaking, like what have we seen so far? We've seen like 6 cases on the Adventure and like 7 cases on the Edge and things like that, right? Versus like the 4,000 people who are on board. So we got like 6 cases to 4,000, or even 6,000, even 6 cases to like 2,000, or we've got 7 cases to like 3,000 people on board or whatever, and that's a combination of crew and passengers and so forth. So relatively speaking, the numbers are really low, right? And that is mostly due to the the vaccinations and the and the health protocols and the PCR tests and things of that nature. So But I wanted to talk about this website. So, like, you look at this and you think, wow, look at this. Like, there's a whole bunch of cruise ships that have, cases on board. I mean, look, we keep on going. We're going to Norwegian, and then, Royal Caribbean, the list ends with Royal Caribbean here, So you think, okay, there's a lot of people on, there's a lot of cases on board. And, what does that really mean for me as I'm cruising? Like, I'm considering cruising. I see, the majority of the ships that are currently sailing have cases. And, should I book? And again, I mean, it's obviously up to you. It's ultimately up to you. But, I'm about to go on the Carnival Mardi Gras here in, just a couple of days. And I can tell you, I'm not worried, but I'm thinking about it, and of course, I'm going to do everything that I would do here at home. I'm going to wear a mask. I'm going to try to social distance as much as I can. I'm going to, take advantage of, whatever opportunities I have, to, watch out for myself. I'm going to washy, when I come in to eat and, and things like that. I'm going to, try to do my best. But at the same time, I'm going to remember that I'm vaccinated and that I'm going to be, taking some precautions, and the ship is going to be taking precautions, that the ship isn't necessary. Everybody is getting tested. So nobody's getting on that ship unless they can produce a negative test. Again, doesn't mean they couldn't pick it up in between the time they tested, because a lot of people are testing on Wednesday, and more people testing on Thursday. Anything is possible. It's possible for me to go to the local grocery store and for that to happen. It's possible for, one of my kids to, go here, go there, and bring it home to me, and so on. So I really just wanted to talk about this for a couple minutes, and I just wanted to say that, yes, there are cases on the majority of cruise ships right now, and there's going to be, and you ultimately have to make this decision for yourself. But I just wanted to point out that in relative terms, this is going to be no different than land. It's going to be no different than taking your family to an all-inclusive resort in the Caribbean, or to Disney World or wherever else. There's going to be cases no matter where you go. There's going to be cases on the ships. There's going to be cases on the planes. I mean, there's going to be cases. I mean, we are dealing with COVID, and Delta is crazy, and this is what it is. But I really believe that, when you're looking at numbers of like 6 or 7, or, heck, let's just even go really out on a limb. Let's say there's 20 cases on board, right? If there's 4,000, 3,000, 2,000 people on board and there's 20 cases, I mean, think about it. It's really the same risk that we take in any situation, the same risk we take when we go to the store, or, if we're going to go out to eat, even if we're sitting outside on a deck. But those tables are so close to each other. I mean, it is what it is. So I wanted to take a moment to talk about this website. And I wanted to point out that, yes, there are a lot of COVID cases. I mean, there are a lot of ships right now that are reporting cases. But I'm still going. And, I consider myself have been, very careful through this entire pandemic. And I'm still going. And, again, I'm going to try to do everything I can to, mitigate the whole circumstance. But I'm also going to try to remember that we have to keep living too, right? We have to keep living. We have to keep enjoying our lives. We have to keep moving forward with our lives. And in this case, for me, that means taking advantage of this invitation that Carnival extended to us to go on board this brand new ship. So that's what we're doing. We have another cruise coming up on the horizon in October, and one on the Anthem of the Seas in January of 2022. So, we'll take those as we approach those. I mean, we certainly had, plenty of cruises canceled because they weren't sailing, and I'm not sure if they had been sailing, if we wouldn't have canceled maybe some of them ourselves. But regardless, my point is that, COVID is here, just like it is on land. It's on the ships, and we're going to have to deal with it. But it doesn't mean that we can't deal with it in a way that still makes it possible for us to live. And with that said, I hope that, everybody will make informed decisions and, make the decisions that are best for themselves. And, at this point, we've come so far. I'm not saying let's let our guard down. I'm not saying enough already. I'm not. But what I'm saying is, let's try to consider, all of the points of this. I think these numbers are way better than what you're going to find on a lot of places in land. That's just, again, my opinion. You have to make your own decision. But thanks again for watching. So that's going to do it for today. We would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. And if you like this video, please click that like button. Don't forget to click the notification bell so that you know every time we upload a new video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.